Alright, you lot, listen up. Ever wondered why we spend our hard-earned hours getting fragged by a 12-year-old with faster reflexes than caffeinated squirrel? Why we sacrifice sleep, social lives and sanity all for one glorious achievement pop-up? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Own the Gaming channel, where a grumpy old Yorkshireman with a PhD in gaming strategy tells you exactly why we're all hopelessly addicted to digital crack. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe and all that bollocks. Helps channel grow, or at least stops me from having to shell out for sponsored loot boxes. Right, let's crack on. Alright, let's kick things off with big one, achievement. Now, I'm not talking about that time you got a certificate of participation at three-legged race in primary school. I'm talking about that sweet dopamine-filled moment when you see that little trophy icon pop up on your screen. It's like getting a gold star for being best kind of nerd. Digitally validated, of course. See, we humans are hardwired to chase after achievements. It's in our DNA, like urge to tell someone they're wrong on internet. Whether it's conquering final boss, unlocking rare skin, or getting to top at leaderboard, these in-game achievements gives that rush, that sense I've done that, I'm a legend. Or at least not a total noob. It's a bit like life, but with fewer taxes and more explosions. Well, let's be real for a second. These virtual badges can make us do some daft things, like staying up until 3 AM grinding for a bloody platinum trophy no one else will ever see. Why? Because it's not just about trophy, it's about chase. It's about proving, if only to yourself, that you've got what it takes, even if what it takes is 50 hours of pointless side quests. And if you've ever looked at an achievement list and thought, yeah, I'm getting 100% on that, congratulations, you're officially one of us. Addicted to endless pursuit of pixelated glory. Right, let's get to the real reason most of us can't pry ourselves away from screen. Social interaction. You know, that thing where you jump into a game for a quick match and 4 hours later you're still arguing with your mates over whose fault it was you lost. Spoiler alert, so it's guy who plays support. But why do we do it? Simple. Gaming's our version at Digital Pub. Whether you're coordinating an heist in GTA, battling it out in XDefiant, or just mucking about in Fortnite, games gives a place to connect, compete, most importantly, talk a load of bollocks with people who get it. It's where introverts become extroverts, and where quietest bloke in office suddenly turns into tactical genius. Or so he thinks. And let's not forget trash talk. Oh, the glorious trash talk. No one says friendship quite like telling your mate he couldn't hit broadside of a barn if his life depended on it, while you miss half your shots. But that's beauty of it, innit? Camaraderie, banter, shared experiences that, let's be honest, make grind bearable. It's not about game, it's about people. Gaming gives us a sense of belonging, even if that belonging means being roasted by your squad every time you mess up. And in a world where real-life social interactions can be awkward, exhausting, or, God forbid, involve actual small talk, gaming is the perfect way to connect without having to leave house or wear trousers. So next time someone tells you that gaming's antisocial, remind them that you've got friends all over the world. You just happen to be shooting at them most at the time. Right, let's talk about elephant in the room, game addiction. You know that moment when your quick session turns into a 12-hour marathon and you're starting to think, what's sunlight and ain't my cat supposed to have a name? Game addiction ain't just about losing track of time, it's a full-on psychological trap. Games are designed to hook you in, like carnival barker luring you into a game of chance you'll never win. They use rewards, progress bars and infamous just one more level mentality to keep you glued to the screen. And before you know it, you're in the middle of a dungeon thinking, I could go to bed, but that dungeon won't play itself. Now before you start crying first world problems, let's get real. Game addiction can have serious consequences. Sleep deprivation, social isolation, and that ever-growing pile of laundry you've been ignoring. It's easy to get sucked into a game's world, especially when it's more appealing than one outside your window. And yeah, I'm looking at you, Gamer's Daily 8-Hour Challenge champion. But here's kicker. Being aware of addiction is first step to managing it. You gotta set boundaries, make a schedule, get a life. Well, a balanced one anyway. Remember, key to enjoying games is moderation. You shouldn't be so engrossed in saving Galaxy that you forget to save your social life. So if you find yourself choosing just one more game over actual human interaction or occasional trip outside, it might be time to reevaluate your priorities. Games should be part of your life, not your entire life. Right, let's talk about how to keep gaming life in check. Maintaining a healthy gaming balance is like trying to juggle flaming torches while blindfolded. Tricky, but not impossible. First off, let's talk about setting boundaries. You wouldn't let your toddler play with a chainsaw, so why let yourself play games for 12 hours straight? Use alarms, timers, or good old-fashioned kitchen clock. Remember, there's a whole world out there beyond screen. At least, that's what they tell me. You might even find it has stuff like fresh air and real conversation. Create a gaming schedule. It's not just for wannabe pro gamers and hopelessly organised. Even if it's just a rough plan, it helps to know when you're due for a break, whether it's to eat, sleep, or pretend you're an adult who has a life outside your gaming rig. Next, let's talk physical health. Yeah, your gaming chair might feel like a throne of victory, but your back won't thank you for sitting in it for days on end. Take regular breaks, stretch, and for love of all that's good, get up and move around. Gaming's fun, but your body will appreciate occasional stretch more than you might think. And here's a pro tip, balance your gaming with other activities. You know, things like reading, socialising, or if you're feeling particularly adventurous, stepping outside. Games are great, but they shouldn't be your only source of excitement. Plus, you might find that other activities can give you a fresh perspective and new stories to bring back to your next gaming session. Finally, remember to keep your gaming social. Play with friends, talk about your games, and don't let gaming become a solitary experience. Best moments often come from sharing them with others, unless you're getting roasted for missing that critical shot, in which case, maybe keep it to yourself. Balance isn't just a buzzword, it's a way of life. Keep your gaming fun, manageable, most importantly, part of a well-rounded life. Because in end, even best game is only as good as life you live around it. To sum it up in a way that even your cat would understand, balance is key, and games should enhance your life, not consume it. Now don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe and leave a comment below with your thoughts and gaming stories. I might just feature them on channel. I'll see you next time, you magnificent